So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, please welcome our first pitch of the evening, the York Empowerment Shop.
Hi, my name is Doug Knight. I am an entrepreneur, a consultant, and also the founder of the York Empowerment Shop. The need we're trying to fill is in poverty and hunger. There's a real trouble in our country currently with the battling of poverty and the way we handle it. And very often it's with food, and I'd like to do that, but I'd like to do that in a different kind of way. With 40% of all food being thrown out every year, there's an opportunity to grab surplus food that we grow that never comes to market. Ugly food, food with cosmetic problems. I want to bring that to market. And so our idea is to have the FedEx of food, where we collect all this surplus food, this amazing amounts of food in our area, bring it back to a centralized kitchen, and reproduce it into nutritious, healthy, ready-to-eat meals. And we bring this out to the community through homeless shelters, street-side servings, aftercare programs, senior centers, any place where men and women need a healthy meal, we want to bring it to them. It's actually threefold. It's food, people, and potential. So the food part is the surplus food that we have in America that we throw out. We want to bring into a centralized kitchen and produce new healthy meals for it. The people part is that there are a lot of men and women here in York County, that just need an opportunity. They need assets and resources. They need a job. So what we want to do is have the men and women come back to the program with us, and alongside of our own volunteers, produce these meals. And while they're doing that, they'll be involved in a 14-week job training program in the culinary arts, knife skills and life skills, to get them an opportunity to place them in jobs for the partner groups that we are going to be getting our food from. And the last one is potential. There is so much potential in the city of York, and there's so much potential for men and women who live here if they were just given the opportunity to find a job. And so we want to give that to them. So we'll be working very hard to not only educate them, but also to get them jobs to help them, their family, and make our community better. The YorIT grant will do a ton for us. Firstly, most importantly, we are a startup new nonprofit organization. So this will be the Kickstarter to get us rolling when it comes to investors, partners, promotion. Having the YorIT brand with us really shows the unity and strength of our community, and hopefully shows that our brand, the Yes brand, could be something that they're proud to be affiliated with and start us on the path to more yes. York Empowerment Shop. No more no's. No more wasted people. No more wasted food. No more wasted potential. No more no's. Just a whole lot of yes. I gotta go now. I gotta talk to these people, so. Hey! Good evening, York, Pennsylvania. Can you hear me all right? Let's do this. Hey, 40% of our meals we throw out. 40% of edible food we throw out. No more waste. Why are we wasting this food? This great food. The reason that most of the food that we throw out is being thrown out is cosmetics. It's ugly food. It's food that when we go to the supermarket, everybody get yourself in the supermarket, right? And you grab that tomato. It needs to be red. It needs to be round. It needs to be soft. Can't have a weird bump on it. No. I need the best. Why? You're buying it. You want the best. And so we put that aside. Think of all the food that's put aside. Then what happens to that food? It just gets lost, gets thrown away. We don't need to do that anymore, because what we're going to do is the FedEx of food. We're going to collect all this food and bring it back to a centralized kitchen to repurpose this, to put it out in the market where it's needed the most. Waste does not need to be the answer. We can find a better way. And this is the way. Because there's also people that need this support as well. So yes is pretty basic in what we're doing. The existing pieces and parts are already in our community. We have food that's being wasted that just needs to be collected and brought back to a centralized kitchen. We have places like restaurants and bars, catering companies and hotels. Any place that does food and beverage has some surplus food, some ugly food, food that doesn't make the grocery store front line. We'll collect all that food and bring it back to a centralized kitchen, which leads to the second part, which is the people. 1 in 6 people in this area are food insecure. 1 in 6. 1 in 6. That means they're making a choice. Do I pay my rent, or do I feed my kids? Do I go to the grocery store, or do I need my phone because it's the only way I can survive to make sure I can find a job, maybe? The choices they're making are unreal. And so we want to make sure that those folks, the men and women of our community, have a chance to come in, and in partnership with our volunteer team that we'll bring together, side by side, those men and women who are homeless, transitional housing, coming out of drug and alcohol rehab, and coming from prisons, just needing a barrier to employment to be knocked down, will have an opportunity to be in YES, working with our volunteers, and they'll do it through a 14-week job training program, knife skills and life skills. We will train them in the ways of culinary arts, front of the house and back of the house. And then when they're done with this 14 weeks, and believe me, wait till you see this graduation I have in my head. It is going to be boom shakalaka. And when we get done with the graduation, we're not done with them yet, because the next thing we do is we place them in the jobs, and that's the potential. Men and women who are here, who are looking to move out of the cycle of poverty, looking to move out of hunger, if given the assets and resources, can be the next great group that we all are proud of and will stand side by side with. So the potential is restaurants and bars and caterers and hotels, the same folks that are giving us the surplus food, will have staff. Now, if you're a restaurateur, if you're taste test, hey, we all know what turnover there is in the food service industry. And we want to shorten that line for each and every restaurant who partners with us, because coming out of our graduation, men and women will have a 14-week job training program under their belt, life skills and knife skills. They'll understand the power of the knife and the power of the clock to be on time. We'll make sure that they are ready to be at work, good to go. So, the same places that are giving us the food will get staff. Nonprofits, I'm looking at you too. If you're a homeless shelter and you are spending some kind of money on some amount of food for your food and beverage to take care of your men and women, we'll help you too, because we're going to reduce the cost that you have to incur and that you have to fundraise to. So, no more wasted food. No more wasted people. We have the ability. All these things are here. We just need to align them. And we think that YES is the alignment. We'll bring these men and women together with their food. We'll put it together to share that food out to the community. And most importantly, we're going to share the men and women and their success out to the community, because they're the next generation who's going to run this city. Potential is great. Potential is here. We're hoping that we can start this right away, and with the brand YorIT as a partner of ours, we think it's going to be great. No more wasted food. No more wasted people. No more wasted potential. No more no's. Just a whole lot of yes. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug.